Skyler.
And I'm Actiel from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are watching again Breaking Bad, Season 4, Episode 3.
Open house. So last episode, what happened?
Open house, is it the car wash? Because Skyler was dealing with the car wash owner. We saw...
It could be about Jesse and his party, you know...
Oh yes, it was an open house.
Yes.
It could be because Jesse is having a breakdown right now. He's trying to focus his head out of all the shit he's into. And Walter is trying to protect himself.
Yes, he bought a gun and he practiced with it and
he's not really good at it, but he's trying a lot. He tried to
kill
Gus and
and then influence
Mike.
Yes, and well, he tried. It didn't work. Mike cannot be bought like this. So it's not gonna be as easy. We'll have to wait and see what happens between him and Gus in the future episodes. Yep. While Jesse crumbles and Hank and Marie's relationship isn't going so well, and Skyler tried to buy the car wash.
Yep.
And it didn't work.
And it failed.
So yeah,
Mary is dealing with Hank.
Yeah,
problem to face his own problems.
She's trying to keep a smile on when he's basically turning her away every time, and he's being mean to her.
Yep.
Because he's not dealing, and So basically, this is where we are right now.
So that's pretty much it.
Yes, let's jump in episode 3 right away and see what they have in store for us.
All right, let's go. Another day on the job.
You gotta keep that money coming in.
What a good work environment.
Yes.
Even it's still Gabe's machine.
Yeah. Constantly there to remind him. I told you, he keeps something from every person he's killed. In this case, I would assume this is what he keeps from Gale, even though he didn't kill him.
Yeah, he has Crazy 8 necklace.
No, he cuts the cross for Crazy 8.
New cams.
He's so pissed. But then what did you expect?
You tried to kill him.
And it follows their moves, so even less freedom.
Ben là. Da. Couple therapy?
That's open house.
Oh.
Hi there.
Tori Costner.
It's nice to meet you. Well, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths on just under half an acre. I see you're married.
No, divorced. Very recent.
Any children?
Yes. As a matter of fact, a little boy.
Oh, how old?
He turned 4 in May. He's a Gemini. Would love this yard.
Oh, well, plenty of space for a Gemini.
We don't like this yard.
No, we hate this yard.
Well, school.
We're both Gemini.
Not for religious
I think
reasons or anything.
they
I just
get
want him getting in the... He'll still go to summer camp and whatnot. You know, play dates. I don't want him to be socially
Oh, dear. Lies and lies and lies.
This is the same Marie that used to steal.
96%
Yeah.
Creating herself a new life keeps her away from her actual wife.
So I need access. I had to go.
They have
3
issues.
different places to get the moisturizer that you like, but I got that. I got your Shiner Rock and your chips, and I couldn't resist the complete encyclopedia to fantasy football. Look, it has all the latest
Maria, I said
rankings.
Cheetos, not Fritos. I must have said Cheetos like 10 times. You need me to write it down for you?
No, and I don't need you to be mean about it either, Mr. Grumpy.
I'm just saying, I said Cheetos, ch sound. Virtually impossible to confuse Cheetos with Fritos.
Only critics, never a thank you.
And the draft's not for 2 months, so this is useless.
This is getting way too much. I don't know how she does
Season
it.
4 is much about tension, right?
We're
Him and his boxers.
tidy whiteys.
This.
I like Walter's underwear.
It's
You see it since season 1 and we're still in season 4 and...
It's iconic.
Violation of the workspace.
Yeah, I guess.
Who are you gonna argue with?
Any reason is a good reason to complain.
What? Go-karts?
Go-karts.
Yeah, there's a track down by the Coliseum. It's pretty fun.
No. Actually, I am kind of a
He's
meeting.
so hopeful. Please.
Whatever.
I like the tattoo.
Brain check.
Yeah, sure.
Still in his mentality of trying to escape.
Good. Yeah?
No, I... Good.
You okay? Is there anything we should talk about? How's your eye? Yeah, it's... What?
Anything we should talk about?
Oh my god, there's a lot of tension in this episode, but in this season...
Getting the shit
Yes.
Drum roll, please. How about a lifetime supply of French manicures and enzyme peels? Oh, yeah, go ahead, pinch yourself.
We're not buying a nail salon, Mr. Goodman. We're getting the car wash.
Why?
Am I missing something here?
It's a good plan, but it's not working.
I think pride got in the way a little bit.
They're both prideful.
So if the guy won't sell, he won't sell.
I don't accept that. So I think he just lacks the proper...
Motivation.
Motivation? Ah. As in... Motivation? Are you saying we make him an offer he can't refuse?
Nothing so dramatic as that, no. Motivation.
You want to buzz sabotage?
Who says it has to be this one?
Her pride.
I do.
Why?
Why?
I just do.
Well, that clears things up.
I mean, Walter knows what that's like, you know?
Walk done. He was condescending to me, rude about you, and I do not like him. Simple as that.
In this business, and Walt can back me up on this, the number one rule is don't take things personally.
What do you mean rude about me?
He's the same.
Something along the lines of, you weren't man enough to face him yourself.
What?
That you had to send a woman.
Speaking as your lawyer, I'm going to go on record and say this is a bad idea. Now, I advise against...
It's this one.
They are so similar. There's a reason why they're married, or were married.
Okay, so...
Nah, they're still married.
Yeah, they're still married.
Can I answer any questions?
Oh,
Yellow bag.
Yes.
Danger.
The owner is quite the collector.
No.
Aren't they something?
It's
One for each
drugs.
50 states.
It's a warning sign.
Yeah.
Why? She stole one spoon.
And that's the Vikings theme song.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it the same creator? People are stealing from his house?
Yeah. It's getting worse and worse. The way I see it, and I talked about this 2 seasons ago, the state of his house is the state of his head.
Yep. When it's all clean, there's a problem.
Well, back when I
he
told
was back
you
on
that,
rehab.
but when I
everything
told
was
you
clean.
that, it was empty
was
after Jane, and now it's chaotic, it's tagged, it's broken.
Yeah.
my husband is an illustrator, so we traveled a lot. Paris, Italy, Denmark. It was before the kids were in school, so it was easy to pick up and go. That was before my youngest, Lucy, was diagnosed with endocarditis.
Is she all right? I just called the police. Okay then. I know you stole that spoon. You're a thief.
Excuse me?
And a liar, making stories up about yourself. What's wrong with you?
No, what's the matter with you, lady?
You're so lucky that I am late for an appointment. Let go of my purse. Let go! Let it go!
Oh my god, Mary's a Karen.
You are in big trouble.
She is not doing good.
Are you seriously doing this to me again?
Oh my god, he's so self-centered right now.
Jesus, just...
And this tragedy happened to him, so of course it is about him.
I'll make a phone call, just sit tight.
He used to take care of that problem with her, but now he's in a position where he can't help anyone.
So good. So, we're good to go? You ready? Marie, you want to go home?
Doesn't want to go home.
Marie?
We can't help but sympathize, you know? Love her, hate her, don't care about her. It's hard. Well, I feel bad.
I still don't like Mary. I still don't like Mary, but she's having a tough time. I do concede it.
I've checked your runoff gutters, and now out here, more contaminants. Ammonia, acetone, benzene, nitrobenzene.
No. This is a mistake. Where is Gary? He'll tell you my soap is very good.
No, your soap is not the issue. It's your filtration system. You're going to need to replace your system entirely.
Place? Do you know what cost that is? $200,000.
Look, I understand it's a hardship. If you like, we can give you a list of approved vendors. You can
I
contact...
have done nothing wrong.
No, you
Tell me
didn't.
why you shut me down. What laws did I break?
What laws? Several.
Tell me exact
The specific
what laws I broke.
laws.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, the New Mexico Hazardous Waste Act of 1978, Section 74, Chapter 4, Part 13 states, whenever the disposal of solid waste or hazardous waste presents
An imminent or substantial endangerment. The offender may be fined.
Oh, but she's good. She's really good.
Control Act
Yeah, but
1976.
that's huge.
U.S. Code Title 15.
She's lying
Chapter 53,
and manipulating a
Subsection
guy
1, Section 2606.
whose business has been, you know, with him for 30 years. Just because he pissed her off.
Ah, she's not okay in
I
this
know.
situation, but she's pretty good.
Yes. She's always been good at these things.
Twist the laws and everything.
And she knows it too.
You ever come across a guy by the name of Gail Badeker?
No, we did.
Someone came along and shot him in the face.
Gail.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found a notebook at his place. I made a
You
copy
found
for
it.
you in case you're interested. Looks like it pertains to some kind of methamphetamine super lab. Looks big time, but I'm no authority, so I wonder if you might take a look.
Well,
I mean, we're talking about his other obsession, other than minerals. This
The
could
minerals
motivate
are
him. It's a replacement
the
obsession.
replacement of his obsession to crystal meth and the drug.
I mean, this could be very tempting and possibly motivating.
He did this his whole life. Of course, it's tempting.
And considering, you know, how good he is at his job, this is also
And how
bad.
proud he was
Yeah.
for his job. It's about pride. This
Yeah. But I mean, this in the hands of Hank could be very dangerous.
I'm not even that scared of burning up in cannibalism. To me, the things that cool about it. And if the fence posts are stuck deep, really deep with the cement, way inside the ground.
You keep throwing.
Yeah, bitch.
Hey,
His head is going crazy.
money!
And there's a guy in the middle of the salon, the living room. It was silent. It was silent for a second. Money!
Yeah.
to clean cars and clean money.
It's kind of a little bit dirty, but it's okay.
Well, that's what they'll do.
It's clean money, but they play dirty. She became a proud. Pride.
I mean, this episode, they are the
and
same.
You have Jesse, who's just struggling to live.
Yeah.
Cuvée pour Roger, Sir Winston Churchill apparently.
Bah,
It's his favorite
nah.
champagne, so they
Can
just
I get a glass?
named it after.
How did you pay for it?
I paid cash.
No, I'm asking how did you, Walter White, an unemployed school teacher, pay for it? How do you explain it?
Skyler,
She's controlling the money a
no
lot.
one saw me.
Whoever sold it to you did. And that's not the point. The point is, we're broke. Remember?
I bought one bottle of champagne.
Because you bought a...
Skyler,
No, because he's
A
got
car
the
wash.
yeah, but because he's got the money.
Yes, but even if you were poor, you could buy a bottle of champagne because
Yeah, not that bottle though.
What I'm saying is the devil is in the details, okay? One little mistake, one slip up in
It's
our
a very
story,
expensive bottle.
that
So.
could ruin us.
But he was mad. She was mad, but he was proud to buy a car wash. So that's why they bought a bottle of champagne. You can build a story around
Yeah,
it.
but if I ask you, with what money did you?
But
did you do
drink,
this?
là? Ouais, c'est ça. Don't waste it.
No, but she has a point though.
Yes. Oh. I can help. But she's right.
Yeah,
she's right though.
Like
but
it's not gonna lead to anything, but the attitude that led to the bottle could put them in trouble if he does it again, without being
yes,
smart.
with a thing bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's tempting.
We're back in the game.
He was always proud. He was proud when he was at the pool with Walter Jr. He was talking about how work went. Hank is always a proud creature. So having this magazine in the slip of his finger, like
It's a temptation.
it's a temptation.
Yeah.
It's a temptation to go back and do it again, and maybe it will be a good thing because I think no, maybe it won't be a good thing because they all need to work in their pride zone because they are never starved.
Starved.
But they are always starved. They will never be full of the
Yeah.
pride. I think.
The show's two biggest themes, I would say, are pride and addiction. And in this case, it's both for him.
Yes, it's an addiction to pride.
Yeah.
And
Well, no,
Walter,
his
Skyler,
pride.
and Hank's addiction are to pride.
His pride and his lack of pride here too, the fact that he's completely helpless, sort of, is what's putting him in this mind state of, self-pity. I used to be somebody. I used to have everything. I used to be the guy at my job, and now I have nothing. So that's why he's mean to Marie. That's why, like we talked about this last episode.
Yep.
And his addiction was transferred to the minerals because he couldn't do the first one. And now we brought him this, which in a way could be good because this could prove to be motivation for him to stand up, walk, and stop being, the miserable man he's right now. But at the same time, it's still his addiction. So if he becomes, if he starts walking again to end up being obsessed like he used to be, that's not good either. He's got to be smart about this. But then it's Hank. He's got no one to stop him because the job he's doing is technically good. So people basically push him towards that.
Yeah. It's his addiction.
Yeah.
It
is. But
just
and I
like
mean,
Jesse.
Yeah.
I think minerals were his way to keep his head busy about something, to go focus on something else than his job and his miserable life. Jesse did the same thing with the parties, the drug, and the everything.
Yeah, we'll come back to Jesse because there's a little bit to say about the little we saw of him this episode.
Yep.
But with Hank...
You want to talk about Hank?
Yeah, let's finish Hank and Marie. I feel like, and I mean, personally, we also know that him looking at those files is very dangerous for Walter considering he's
He was so
good.
near to.
Yeah.
He was so near to catch him.
And he's always been good at his job. His instincts have always been amazing. He caught the guy they wanted him to think was Heisenberg, and he knew right away something's not right. I feel like this guy is not Heisenberg. You know, he's got crazy instincts, and now he's got actual lab notes from the lab.
Or obsession. It became, when your motivation is take too much of your life, it becomes an obsession. And at the moment that the ink was, it was an obsession. He was obsessed about this case. He was obsessed because he wanted to focus on something else than what happened in El Paso.
Yes, exactly. That's how it became his obsession, sort of.
Yes.
And
his
now
obsession calmed down when he was the obsession was at a climax. He beat it off people. He beat it off Jesse. Jesse pressed charges.
Yeah. Well.
But
Yeah.
he restrained after, and that's where we are. His obsession lead to this, and he's like
His need to run. His need to run from El Paso led to his obsession, which led into this. And now he's focused on the minerals. And if you think about it, going back to this world, considering how it ended the first time, could push his obsession even further.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
now it's
I
about
wanted to say,
revenge.
Hank was. I think maybe at the moment he was talking about minerals, was focusing on something else, but it wasn't an obsession. I don't feel like
It's
it
an
maybe
escape.
genre. You can be obsessive, but no, I mean, boy, it's not even an obsession. He's
Well-
just passionate about it. It's a passion right
But
now.
can you become
but,
passionate about something that quick though? It was a bit obsessive.
Man, when you are all day in your house, in your bed, and everything you do is like 1 hour of exercise to walk,
Yeah.
it can be really fast. It can be a passion that you do a lot of your time. But he's a few months, I think, he's a few months sober of his obsession about drugs. So right now he's going back at it again.
And like I said, considering how it ended, it could turn into a revenge thing. It's personal now because
Yes.
of how it screwed up his life the first time he was on it.
He was so near
Liberation.
yes, a liberation in his arc, my liberation arc.
Yeah.
His liberation arc was so good. So will you see the case as
His redemption. arc, sort of,
vengeance?
yeah.
Why redemption? He was repenting of himself.
When he lost himself and lost himself in anger, he did, choose
He
the
did
right
a redemption
path.
arc, right?
And
Yeah, a redemption way. So if you go back at it, will you be neutral? Will you be focused? Will you be like very intense in the case with justice, or will you see it as your revenge possibility?
We will see. But he's going back. He's going back in his own way. He's gonna start looking again, and we'll see. I think though, despite that, it could actually help because the situation was not gonna keep going like this for much longer with Marie and him. She was done. And like I said, love her, hate her, don't care about her. It's hard to see this and not feel bad about how he's treating her.
Oh, she's treated like shit, so it's bad for her, but she annoys me. She still annoys
Her
me.
personality is annoying. I know. And it's fine. But I mean we can still look but beyond that and
But
see
nobody
her as a
wants to be
person.
treated like the way she is by Hank.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why she was running away. Creating herself a new life
A
and
facade.
yeah, making things interesting for her outside of the house so she doesn't have to think. Basically, just like
And
Jesse
she's-
and Hank,
and
creating a distraction.
Yes, creating a distraction and building a facade, and when she's confronted to it, she's panicking.
But she's
She was
completely
panicking.
in her mind. What she's doing is not wrong.
No. And
Even
but
it was the
not,
same.
It's not wrong. It's not true. In her face, like everything was not true.
Yeah,
She
well,
can't face the truth. Kleptomaniac people won't believe when you take them in the act of stealing.
she did that
They
with
will
Skyler.
just say that it's not me. No, like in the beginning, but with the purse, I will press charges. You don't know what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
She can't put the blame on herself, and she
Yeah.
will deny everything. It's the trait of a kleptomaniac or someone lying. It's a kleptomaniac thing, and building a fake personality. Le mot, there's a name for that. There's a name for that. Leave it in the comments. Voyons. Mythomane.
What?
Kleptomaniac, you will steal some things, even if it's the littlest things. But mythomane is a impulse to lie.
Yeah.
Impulsive to lie.
Impulsive liar. Let's just.
Well, it's not important, but
I don't
think
know.
it's
In English, I don't know what it is. So.
Mythomane.
Yeah.
Mythomaniac. Maybe.
Well, an impulse to lie.
The impulse to lie, and when you're confronted to your lying, like the home renter.
Well, the person who was showing her around.
Yes, she confronted her and she denies everything. Even faced by the police, like, you're good to go, she doesn't press charges. Yeah. I won't either. Mais là,
she has a hard time looking at
herself. You're not a victim in this situation, so that's why I called her a Karen. I'm sorry for the Karens who's good in this life, but just a stereotype.
Well, if you think about this, maybe in that moment she needed to be a Karen because at home it's all about Hank. She needed it to be about her in that moment. She needed to create those stories, make herself look important. She needed to bring the attention on herself because at home she's always focused on her husband and she's not getting a thank you for all she's doing.
You're a lot empathetic for looking at a Karen.
No, I'm not thinking about Karens in general. I'm looking at Marie's character.
Okay, but maybe we can see a thing in the Karens in your life. So if you're working in...
if you are a Karen,
selling,
please seek help.
Vente au détail, là. Tu sais, il y a un mot pour ça.
Yeah,
store detail. If you're working in store detail and you see a Karen, be more empathetic.
Think of others.
It's
not just about you.
It's not about you. It's about her. Think about her Hank at home.
Her Hank. Every Karen has a Hank.
Every Karen has a Hank.
No.
Life is difficult for her.
But Marie has always been like this, if you think about it. The fact that her house is full purple means royalty, you know?
She's entitled.
Well, we don't know what her life was like when she was a kid. I feel like this is her way of making herself seem more important.
But Skyler is her sister, and we will talk about Walter and Skyler. But Skyler and Mary are both two proud women.
Yes. I think Marie is doing this. It's her way of saying, I deserve, or I should have deserved something like this, and I didn't get what I was supposed to
They're
get.
both ambitious and will get the thing they want.
Yeah, so...
Skyler is with persuasion, manipulation, like in this episode, I think.
Yeah, and Marie
but
just
before, she was controlling everything. She was taking in charge. But Mary will take it...
She pretends. Marie pretends. And she makes up those lies to herself and to others to make this a reality for her. Whereas Skyler is more active. She takes
what she wants, but Mary too. Ah, wow. I want to see them both when they were young.
I mean, they probably had a screwed up childhood.
Yes, of course. And we don't see a lot of... We talked about Walter's mother one time. Once. And
we never really... We don't even know what the relationship is there.
But Grandma and Grandpa are not in Walter Jr.'s life. And we didn't even saw them come into El Paso to see the new baby.
Well, so the way I saw it, his father's probably dead, and he's not close to his mom because he never told her he had cancer. So, and I don't know about her parents, but they didn't show up either.
Nope, they are not there.
Yeah.
Don't know if they're dead.
So there are many theories and many fan fictions online about what could possibly have happened
to their parents.
I read some fan fictions about them working out issues about. For example, their father being a bad father figure and stuff like that. So people had theories about what happened, but we never talked about it. So we can just assume. We can only assume.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. It's okay. We can't see everything. We're not omnipotent.
No, but that's. I mean, you don't have to tell everything in a story.
May not.
Leave some for the imagination.
Yes, leave some place to the fan fictions.
Yes. But yeah, speaking of Marie, we can move on to Skyler and what happened with Walt this episode and the car wash.
We talked about it in the episode, but we see Skyler going white to gray in a gray place. Like with her pride, she does a lot of things. Like you said, she was Breaking Bad.
When she was lied to by Walter, I think this is. You know how Ted told her he was doing some illegal stuff, and the way she reacted to it was mostly fine, and she helped a little bit after a while. And then when Walter showed up, I always felt that it was not, yes, it was the drug thing that bothered her, but it was not only that, it was the fact that he lied to her. But if the fact he lied to her is what hurts the most, it is pride. It is the breaking that trust. It's basically telling her that he didn't, trust her enough to tell her about these things.
Yep.
She's always been in control. She's always thought that, things were working, and then she lost everything. Her pride took a huge hit, and now she's working with Walter in the business. They're both so similar. They feel entitled to, a normal, happy life for Skyler and a rich, successful life for Walter. And they are done being played. Her after Walter and he after everything in his life.
Yep.
So they're going after what they want. That's what she did
this
episode.
But if they want, if Walter wants something, he's gonna have it, with the champagne.
Yeah.
But Skyler is much more prudent in the situation.
She's very intelligent about
smart.
these things. And
Yes.
the only difference...
she knows the fiscalities of everything.
The only difference here is
She's
that
an accountant.
Skyler's pride, sort of, comes from the fact that it's the same attitude that she had in the first season. She likes to win. She likes to be in charge.
Yeah.
She just likes to be on top of the business, the money, the everything. Whereas Walter's pride is linked to his achievements. So his money and what he's managed to do on his own without the help of the people that stole his company from him. So when he buys that champagne, it's because his business gave him a lot of money. Yeah, he wants to spend. He wants to, prove himself that he did those things. That's why he freaked out earlier in the show when he couldn't use the money for the family, when Skyler didn't want him to use the money, or that's why he showed the money to his baby. Because he needed confirmation that, see, I did that. I did that. His pride is about his achievements, whereas her pride is about feeling on top, being in control.
Feeling on top. Okay.
Well, take it however you want, but yeah.
They both want to be in charge and be their own boss, I think.
I mean, in a way, what I just said is very similar. Being on top of things and in control versus your achievements. Yep. It's very linked, but his money is a big part of who he is now, whereas she doesn't have a link to that money. The car wash was her thing.
Yep.
It was her project. Whereas the money is Walter's business, so she has no say in that. So I think that's why she can still feel disconnected towards it. She can still be like, dude, if you spend a huge amount of money on a bottle of champagne, sorry, when I'm not even paying the bills for the phone and stuff because I'm supposed to keep the appearance that I don't have money, what message does that send?
You don't know how to use your money. They just bought a car wash. It will be shown.
I know.
So we were celebrating the situation, but I'm defending if something happened, you can lie about it.
The thing is, we're not talking about a normal bottle. We're talking about an expensive one.
300 or 3,800.
It's a lot of money for a bottle of champagne. Money that they don't have because they just bought a car wash.
I'm just saying you can invent a story. We bought a champagne in the heat of the action because
eventually, yes.
I'm defending it, but I know that Skyler is right.
No.
You must defend yourself. I'm playing the devil's advocate.
I'm not saying the thing is the worst thing you could have done.
That's why she's making fun of it. We need to.
She's not well.
You need to hide a corpse.
Yes. It is the attitude behind it that's worrying.
But she's right. But she's exaggerating for a situation like that. But she's right.
He took it bad though. He doesn't want anyone to tell him what to do with his money. Then that's why I think at the end of the day they were never a good couple, because she likes to be in charge, and he likes to be in charge. So both of them are bucking heads every time.
You say that they are not a good couple. I think that maybe they both will be good for each of them. You need to say they both need to be in charge, but you need to compromise in a couple. You can't always be in charge, and you need to listen a little bit more, so they will challenge each other.
Yeah, but they don't like to be challenged. Skyler hates to be challenged, and Walter hates to be challenged too.
But in life, you can control everything.
Yeah, but they're not perfect in that way. That's their own that's their obsession.
Yeah, it's a long time since we see Walter Jr.
Yes, he's eating breakfast and going to school. Doing fine. And the younger character of the episode, Jesse. What's going on with Jesse? Well, one thing. I said last episode, and I said it in the episode here too, but I'll say it again. Last episode I was saying he is not in a state to put the blame on anyone. You know, he's not looking to find a culprit because he's the one that killed Gail. So he blames himself for killing someone. I killed a guy, I'm feeling like crap, I'm broken. The state of his house representing, by the way, the state of his mind.
Yeah, like we said.
When he starts throwing that money around, it's significant. Because that money is the result of all the sacrifices he's made. Yeah. So if he's not in a state...
you did it for the money.
Yeah, so if he's not in a state to blame anyone, he's perhaps in a state to blame something. And right now that money is the biggest example of, you know, I did this for this. This is worthless. So that's why he's throwing it around.
Everything you did it for money. So what will you do with this money?
Yeah, for Walter,
it was
that
for
money.
family.
That money is important.
For Holly.
But Jesse right now, he's basically balancing the sacrifices and the rewards, and he's like, no, it's not equal
it's not
at
worth
all.
It.
Yeah, so he's starting to throw it around, and that could be dangerous because just like Walter is spending a lot for champagne and it's a red flag, if Jesse starts giving away money to drug addicts and people who talk about these things, he could attract attention. So we have to keep an eye on that.
You should have stayed to the drugs with paprika in it.
He would have been better off if Walter had never gone to him, perhaps.
Yeah.
Not better, but not worse.
Not worse, like right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Jesse, well, we talked about.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing I really want. That and the fact that the scene where the song from Vikings plays is one of my favorite scenes.
I think it's the continuation of he's in the situation in last episode. Like he keeps he tries to.
We saw him like a couple times this episode.
Yeah.
And it was really the money thing was the little change that could be worrying.
We saw that the house was really in a shit show.
Yes.
It was really degrading.
He's continuing to do that.
Yeah, it's going down. It was parties with friends, and it's a crack house.
Yeah, it looks like one.
Yeah.
So we got to keep an eye on that and that destructive behavior. Got to keep an eye on Hank and his obsession that's coming back and see how the car wash goes. So, yeah.
Yeah, now they have a car wash to deal with.
Yes. Well, Skyler will have a car wash to deal with.
Yeah, it's her part of the job.
And by the way, like how, you know, for all she's saying to Walter about, you know, him, what he was doing being bad and stuff, as soon as her pride got hurt, she started, you know, not thinking about hurting people. She was like, fuck his 30 years of creating a business on his own. Like, we'll lie about how, you know, polluting his business is. We'll cheat him out of his business. We'll basically do everything in order to win. She's becoming tainted.
Yeah, she's tainted.
Yep.
She's still in the way to crooking his morality point.
She was willing to dirty herself in this episode.
What?
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that affects her.
She was cleaning, bending, but like we said, I said it last episode that Walter was twisting his moral view of everything that he's done, like he's making his own excuses. Skyler is making her own excuses, and it's because of the way that the guy treated her. Mr. I don't want her mash his name.
Well, Walter sometimes has to really twist the truth. Like, oh no, I did this in order to protect myself. When in fact, it was about pride all along. You know, the fact you came back to this whenever he had to you know, he had an out and he came back, he twisted the truth to kind of explain it to himself. He's lying to himself, in fact, because, you know, his reasons are never really the ones he's saying. They're ones hidden inside of him and he's not noticing it. It's his pride mostly. Whereas for Skyler...
But no.
Skyler had a reason.
When he talked about I'm talking about the plane crash. Like, he was making excuses. It was Jesse's father, James' father's fault. It was even with Gail's death.
Yeah.
It was obligated. It was him or you. He is always making excuses, but in the end, you killed the guy.
Yeah,
you made Jesse kill the guy because of the action that you made.
Yeah, he evades the blame by justifying everything that he's done. Jesse takes the blame, and Skyler, she's done her first couple of steps in this world. We don't yet
She's
know.
like in the situation Walter was in season 1.
Yeah, well, she's at that crossroad, you know. We're gonna have to see how she deals with the blame, because if she starts to deal with this world, more stuff is gonna happen, and she will have to do more things. And she did justify it this episode, but she had a reason. It's just that the reason might not have equaled the consequences. What happened, you know? So she justified it, but we'll see how she handles the guilt later.
If she have guilt, if she's faced to it.
Well,
right now she's just happy.
No, yeah, not for this. Probably not for this, because he was a horrible person. They hated him. But
so we will see next episode.
If she keeps going in this world and faces more stuff, you know, that's horrible and
she but she still want to be part of the clean
yeah,
part.
for now, yeah.
She want to money launder.
I mean, she was drinking that champagne too.
Yeah. But she want to launder the money. She want to be in the clean part, no in the drug dealing and everything. And Walter doesn't want to make her being involved.
The
like
clean
with the
part? It's not because it's cleaning money that it's the clean part.
But it's not.
In her mind, it's not as worse.
Yes, but I'm talking about the part with the drug dealing and the addiction, really in the business of
she's
the
not
drugs.
selling drugs.
She's not watching it. She's not seeing this. She's just seeing the revenue.
Well, she's doing what she did for Ted, sort of.
Yes, she's making the bills. But and Walter doesn't want her to be involved. Like with the bruise in
well, that's too late, unfortunately. He was lying about this. His black eye.
Black eye. With the black eye, he doesn't want her to be involved. He's still trying to protect her from this.
Sure. Yeah. Of
everything.
course.
He won't say to her, and she doesn't want to hear that he killed 2 guys in the street because Jesse was trying to kill them, and now he's taking the blame, and he's threatened by the guy he's.
Or that he's killed anyone, actually, because it's not the first time. It's not the first time he's killed someone.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like...
But she doesn't want to know that.
She is involved, though. She is involved.
But she is involved
at
some point.
The way I see it, he should tell her the whole truth before she gets in way too deep. And then she has to face the consequences.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. So I think it's pretty much it for this episode.
Yes, we'll move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Oh, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and see the episode next week on YouTube.
Yes.
So bye.
Bye.